this thing was recording, and it is. Y'all, I am having the hardest time. Like I said, my thing done gave out, so it's just over with for it's over with for my stand. It done went 2 years and it is over with. It's time to get rid of. It's gone. It won't even stay up no more. It done fail. I don't know what's the problem, but it's gone. But how you guys doing? I didn't even know it was recording, but it's recording. So before it get dark, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about this before it get dark. And I ain't gonna be able to see. But man, building, that's all been in my thought today. Building something great, building something amazing. I'm on a route and I'm looking right over at the shopping center that is right in front of my building. It's actually on my route. I delivered to half of the businesses, and the half that I delivered to, they tore the building completely down. One part of it they just tore down. We don't know what's finna be right there. We don't know we don't know what it's gonna be. People have their their speculations on what it's gonna be, what they building. They wonder why people moving. They wonder why people are moving. Wonder why stuff is being emptied out. And nobody really knows. Everybody got their story, but nobody knows. But just that process, I took pictures before of that process of them tearing the building down. I knew how the building looked before. I know how it looks torn down. And now I'm just so curious on what they about to build right there and what they about to put right there. So I'm just going to be surprised and excited to see how it's going to turn out. And, I don't know in best ways to put it, but when you and all I can just say is, as far as building something, when you're building something, when you're building something up that you believe is great and you want it to be meaningful and you want it to be special, first building something, you gotta have that foundation solid, period. That's period. But before you can even get a solid foundation, you got to tear it down. You got to tear down whatever's there. You got to tear down and get rid of whatever's there if you about to build something new, fresh, and great. And that's rewarding and exciting and something that's wonderful. You have to tear some stuff down. And that is what I think is like. I have to pause for a minute because somebody was backing into the mail truck. So it's like they got really close before they tapped it, but whatever. You gotta tear some stuff down, and I just understand, like, now me going through the process I'm going through and I'm trying to build something. Like, I can't make no move to building anything if I don't get the old out of me, if I don't eliminate the nasty stuff, the negative stuff that's been causing the issue of what's keeping me back. So I'm going through that process of tearing stuff down, cleaning stuff out, getting rid of everything that I need to get rid of and build a new foundation. And to be honest, when you building stuff, it has to be clear and free so I can build this solid foundation. So in building anything, just keep that in mind, that you have to get rid of all the old, that you have to tear down that old building in order to build a new foundation. You have to tear down anything that's there, any strongholds, any negativity, any evilness that you got inside of you. I'm not talking about people or things. I'm talking about you. When you're building you, and this is all what I'm talking about, you building yourself up. You building yourself up to be great. You building yourself up to be the best. That's what I'm doing. Building myself up to be the best version I could be, that I know God created me to be, because He is in me. He is the best. So I want to be my best. In order to do that, I have to get all of this toxic out of me. I have to tear down all these strongholds. I have to get out of all this negative stuff that was ruined, that ruined me, that ruined the first foundation that I had. I gotta tear it up, tear that out. I gotta tear it up, tear it down, and get it up out of me. Period. Like by any means necessary. And to break that down, to get that all out, you got to do whatever it takes. That means if it's cutting some people off, that means if it's letting some people go, that means moving to another job, that means whatever it means, you have to do it to get that peace, to get that, to get in that space to start building. And when you build this time, it's like when I build myself up this time, it ain't no tearing down. This is gonna be a solid foundation that lasts forever, because it's not just me, God is in it with me. So and I'm just encouraging y'all, continue to build yourself up. And the first step to building is tearing the old out, getting the old out of you, tearing that old part down, uprooting that old negative stuff. Like, you can't just tear it up. You can't just cut it off. You know what I'm saying? Like some bad weeds. You can't just cut them. You can't cut the bad weed. You got to uproot that sucker. You got to get to the root of what is the problem, what is the cause, and why this is causing this to do it. The best thing to do is just uproot it from its core. Destroy it at its core. And that's just like buildings. In order to destroy a building and tear it down, you got to tear it all the way down, starting from the top, and get to the core of where the building started, to start a new foundation in that spot in space. So that's just what it is. I'm excited, the moves, and for me, I'm just starting to like the process of building something up. And I'm okay with I feel like I done got through my tough part of it, developing tough skin. And I know it's just going to get worse, because as you go to a different level, the devil's, there's every different level, there's a new devil. So I know that part is not going anywhere. But it's just exciting to build something, and just to watch something grow and to be better. And, that's my encouragement for you guys today. If y'all trying to build something up, you can't build nothing up until you get out the old, until you tear down the old building, until you get all the toxic and the negative and the bad things was causing it to go bad and get ruined in the first place. The only reason why we gotta tear down a solid foundation is because it was built on a bad ground. So it was built on negative ground. It was built on something bad, and it grew into something bad. So in order to build a solid, great foundation, something great and something wonderful, something new and something fresh, you got to build it on good ground. It got to be solid. It got to be great. And in order to find that great ground, you got to get out all the old. You got to get out all the old. You got to get out all that negative stuff, all the stuff that was causing harm. You got to get that out first. You got to face that first. And that's what's wrong with a lot of people. A lot of people don't want to face the truth. They don't want to face them. They don't want to face themselves in the mirror. And that's a lot of folks. They don't want to face themselves. But, I took a long look in my mirror and you wrong on this. You ain't consistent. You ain't this. You not on point with this. You got to get it together. So, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. So I just encourage you guys to have a great day. And, start building yourself up. Build yourself up to be better and be great. And, hey, anybody who trying to stop that, then, hey, you just better push them all out of the way. Matter of fact, they going to move out the way. Once you get in that speed and once you get in that zone, they going to see you coming, and they going to move if they not on the same track as you. So, in order to build something great, get out that old toxic stuff first. Don't start building until you got that old toxic negativity mess out of you. Get it out. Get the negativity out of you first before you start building something great, y'all. And, let me know what you think. Let me know how y'all journey is going. And y'all continue to be great.